gazing at the people present. Your eyes meet his as he begins to speak. Whoever believes in me believes not just in me, but in the one who sent me. Whoever looks at me is looking at the one who sent me. I am the light that has come into the world, so that all who believe in me won't have to stay in the dark any longer. As you listen to Jesus speak, you wonder, just who is this man with the deep, intense eyes, who speaks as if he is giving you a message directly from God himself? Jesus had come to the end of his public ministry. For the past few years, Jesus had been performing miracles and signs. He had turned water into wine, walked on water, healed the sick, and even raised the dead. Many saw, but only a few believed. Some were even hostile. The religious leaders wanted to have Jesus killed after he raised Lazarus from the dead. Jesus was a threat to their security and to their whole way of life. Most still didn't get it. Jesus was the Messiah, but they just couldn't see it. They were expecting a different kind of Messiah, one with military and political might, who would bring worldly glory to Israel. Perhaps their focus on worldly glory hardened their hearts and blocked their vision, so they couldn't see God's glory. Not only did they not know that Jesus was the answer, they didn't know the right questions to ask. What about us? To what do we harden our hearts? What questions do we ask? Maybe our hearts are hardened to those living in poverty. We may ask, why do they keep having children if they can't afford to take care of them? Or, why doesn't she just get a job? Why should I pay taxes if they're just going to go to be used to provide food stamps for those people so they can continue to be lazy? Maybe our hearts are hardened to those whose political beliefs are different from our own. We may be asking, how can they not be smart enough to see things my way? There may be estranged relationships and grudges that we're not letting go of. We may ask, why should I be the one to forgive when they are the ones guilty of betrayal? Perhaps these are the wrong questions to ask. Perhaps these questions block our vision, blinding us to what God is calling us to do, and how we might be able to partner with God to lift people out of poverty. Maybe we should be asking, where am I being asked to forgive or show mercy or acceptance? Where is God in this mess, and how can I help? It is hard to discover the right answers when we ask the wrong questions. How often do we really understand what we are asking? What does it take for us truly to believe? Martin Luther wrote that we cannot, through our own understanding, believe in Jesus Christ. We need the gift of faith from the Holy Spirit. She can open our eyes and soften our hearts, if only we would ask and listen. This gift of love sent down to us from God is so immense that it can be difficult for us to fully take it into our hearts. Perhaps an illustration can help. Look at this tapestry. Each of us is but a single thread in the tapestry. We can see the threads nearest to us, but we can't see the pattern that the threads create altogether. Sometimes we can only see the tangled knots and mess of the back of the tapestry. We see tragedy in the world and wonder, where is God? We wonder, why did God allow that landslide to destroy the lives of so many of our neighbors in Oso? If God can divide the Red Sea, certainly he could have held back the landslide. teams from Tacoma, working to rescue survivors from the mud. We can see God at work in the volunteers who are caring for and comforting the survivors. The light of Jesus can help us to see the colorful side of our corner of the tapestry. Perhaps you noticed this tapestry on the statue of Jesus in the back of the church as you entered the sanctuary. As you can see, the whole tapestry is in Jesus' hands. We are all a part of God's tapestry, and we are all in Jesus' hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Even though we know that God has the whole world in his hands, we still may wonder where our miracle is in the times of struggle. Even when all we can see is the knots and tangles of the world, we are assured of God's grace through the promises of baptism. Hardship and suffering are not God's will, but we can hold tight to the promise that God is present with us even in the darkest times. We can grow in trust